Superstars, it is time for math, and we are on lesson 9-1, making 4 and 5. Remember, you've already learned about numbers 4 and 5. You will now learn how to show the numbers 4 and 5 in different ways in this lesson. All right, let's do a problem together. 4 daisies are in a flower pot. How can we use counters to show 4 in different ways? We can show the number 4 in different ways. So if we have 4 daisies in one flower pot, I can draw 4 counters to represent 4 daisies. So how many yellow counters do we have? 4. How many red counters do we have? 0. So there are 4 yellow counters, and that makes a whole. 4 yellow counters and 0 or no red counters make 4. Let's color in the counters over here on the left to show one way to make 4. So we're going to color these in yellow, and that is showing us 4. So color in those counters yellow, and we made a whole. 4 as a whole, just 4 counters and no red counters, right? Okay, now we can show 4 in other ways. So what if I take this counter away and I add a red counter? So that's showing 4 in a different way. How many counters are there now? 4. What 2 parts make the whole for this time? We have 3 yellow and 1 red. So let's color in the counters on the left to show this way to make 4. So we have 1 red counter and 3 yellow counters. And that's another way to make 4. Okay. Now we're going to do another problem together. Now we see 5 tulips in another flower pot. So we know, excuse me, these 5 yellow counters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 yellow counters show 5. How can we show 5 in another way? Well, first, let's draw in our 5 yellow counters to show the number 5. So we have 5 yellow counters, and that is showing us the number 5. Now we want to show 5 in another way. So let's get rid of these 2 counters and draw 2 counters in red. So how did we make 5 this time? We have 3 yellow counters and 2 red counters. So let's fill in our counters over here. 2 red and 3 yellow make 5. So that is another way to make the number 5. Let's turn over our paper. Let's look at this first box here. How many flowers do you see? 4. How many counters do you see? 4 counters. Why are there 4 counters? To show the 4 flowers. Let's look at our next box. What hole do you see? 4. So what parts do you see? 2 and 2. How is this box like the first box? There are still 4 flowers and 4 counters. How is it different? It shows another way to make 4. Let's look over here. What hole do you see? 4. What 2 parts do you see now? We see 1 and 3. How can you show that the 2 parts make the whole 4? You put the 2 parts together and count. All right, let's look at our last box here. What hole do you see? 4. What parts do you see? 0 and 4. How would you color to show the parts? You would color all 4 counters the same color. So I can make all 4 of them yellow. And that is showing 4. So I'm just going to, oh, that was a little sloppy. All right, you can color each counter, and that shows 4. All right, let's look at our first problem. Let's move our paper up here. All right, it says use counters to find ways to make 4 and color the daisies to show the ways. All right, so let's look at number 1. Right here, we have 1 yellow daisy. So we can put a yellow counter here. And then we have 3 red daisies. How many daisies do we have in all? We have 4. 1 and 3 red. So 1 yellow and 3 red make 4. All right, let's look at number 2. We have 2 yellow daisies. So I can actually put a counter over it, 1 and 2. So we have 2 yellow daisies, and we have 2 red daisies. So I'm putting 2 red counters. So we have 2 and 2, but we still have 4 daisies. So that's another way to show 4. So now for 3 and 4, we're going to use counters to find 2 more ways to make 4, and we're going to color in the daisies to show the ways. All right, so let's get yellow. So if I put 1 counter, 2 yellow counters, and 3 yellow counters, that's 3. And now I will put 1 red counter. So I have 3 yellow and 1 red. We still have 4 daisies, but now we have 3 yellow and 1 red. All right, let's look for one more way to make 4. How about if we color in 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do 4 red, right? We can also do another way to show 4. Let's see. We can also do this. What's another way we can show 4? Well, let's keep it red for now. So we did all 4 daisies red. We could have done all 4 daisies yellow, but we're going to keep it like that for now. Okay, let's look at number 5. You're going to color in the flowers to show different ways to make the number 5. So you're going to use red and yellow, and you're going to show different ways. So you can choose any way you want, but I'm going to do some with you just so that it'll give you some ideas. So we can do 1 red, and then we can do 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow. And that makes 5. 1 and 4. 1 red, 4 yellow. Remember, you can do anything you want here. I'm just giving you some examples. All right, over here, let's do 1 red, 2 red, and then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 yellow. So 2 red and 3 yellow also make 5. Now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 red flowers, and I'm going to make these 2 yellow. So now I have 3 and 2. 3 and 2 make 5. 3 red and 2 yellow flowers. All right, let's see if we can do one more example. Here's 1, 2. Do you see what I'm doing? I keep adding one more red. So now I have 4 red counters, and I'm going to add 1 yellow counter now. So now I have 4 red counters or flowers and 1 yellow flower, and that is still giving me 5. So these are all different ways to make 5, and over here these were all different ways to make 4. All right, superstars, keep up the good work. Until next time, have a great day. Bye.